And welcome everybody to the glorious episode of the Put on Raiders podcast. I'm your host, Dwayne Douglas, and as always, I am podcasting on the beautiful shores of the Pacific Ocean, beautiful day out here in Southern California. PORSPR is my Twitter handle. So hit me out there. And also Ryan Holmes, RHOLM22. Get you on X or Twitter or whatever. All the great all 22 breakdowns that he does. You don't want to miss any of those. And right now, the dominant story in Raider Nation is Davante Adams and his request to leave Las Vegas and go somewhere else. And I just want to speak on probably on the Davante side of it. Six quarterbacks, none of them up to your level as a wide receiver. This is time for you to make a critical decision because I think this is a decision that is going to help you or hinder you for the rest of your life. And I think sometimes you can go with friends. Sometimes you can go with your buddies. You got homies from back in the day in college, like Derek Carr. You have homies from your professional life, like Aaron Rodgers. But I think the best move, and I don't know how they could possibly do it as far as they have to kind of restructure the whole squad. But the only thing in the AFC, I think that can really stop Patrick Mahomes from going to another Super Bowl would be a Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. And listen, with the Raiders, it's been a mess with Adams. It's not been a good situation. But I will say this: if he's willing to go to New York, why not go a little bit colder? Why not go a little bit north? And those fans, they sell out the stadium all the time. They went through the Jim Kelly years. They went through all the pain of losing all those Super Bowls, all those things like that. I think this is a great opportunity for him to go and try to kind of force his way to go play with the guy who's probably the second best quarterback in football, and Josh Allen. I mean, Josh Allen and Josh Allen with the weapons they already have there, and then Davante Adams, Allen to Adams would be one of the best combinations in all of football, and it just would set the league on fire. I understand he has to come in and learn the offense. This is a team that is prepared and they go to the playoffs all the time. So this is a team that goes to the playoffs all the time. It's not you go to the Jets. You think that offensive coordinator is going to be able to handle the pressure of that scenario in New York? Saleh has been horrible as a head coach. They're not ready for that. I mean, you go play with Derek. You know what? You probably have huge numbers, but you're not going to win. And I understand how close Davante is with Derek. I understand how like that relationship is going to be something. They're going to be like 70, 60 years old, rowing a boat down the stream one day, just BSing about the years at Fresno State, you know, and what could have been back in the day. I totally get it. It makes all the freaking sense in the world, but he's not the best quarterback option. Aaron Rodgers isn't the best quarterback option. The best quarterback option for him to go to, and I know the Steelers are kind of trying to sneak around in there too, ain't Justin Fields for sure. It's Josh Allen. And that is a move that would really just, again, once they get on the same page, that would be something that would be just a beautiful thing to watch. If you're just on a pure football, like my silver and black heart's not in it, whatever. Like I'm all for trying to arm somebody to stop the Chiefs to win another Super Bowl. Like that's the last thing we need in Raider Nation to see another one. I've already said I already said when he started they're gonna win at least 3 or 4. Hopefully they stop at 3 or 4, so it's done. But at the end, the Raiders aren't close to the Chiefs, even though they beat them on Christmas. And everybody keeps reminding everybody, the world, that the Raiders beat them on Christmas. They didn't really do much for the Raiders as far as that goes. But at the end of the day, like if I am Davante Adams, you gotta really take a deep breath here and really think about the options because your career, your legacy is going to be all about winning. Like Jerry Rice was a great receiver, but what do we always remember about Jerry Rice? That he was a winner. Like Michael Irvin, great receiver. Those games, the tension in those games when they played the Niners in the NFC Championship game were like it was unbelievable. Those games, I remember, I didn't even have a rooting interest in those games, and those games were so crazy. You just need to be able to see the Bills and Josh Allen make this one move. This is not like when they had Stephon Diggs. Stephon Diggs was a really good receiver. This is another level. This is another level. This guy is, and he's a Davante is such a with the late hands on this with the late hands and everything like that. He's such a good fit for that team. I think it would be like the best move for Davante. I think it would be the best move um for the Bills if they can just get the financials straightened out with that. I want to talk really quickly too about head coach and his inability to kind of be accountable. You tell like when you have children, especially right. When you have children, especially, you want them to be able to always tell the truth, and then it's always hard when you're getting confronted with that moment of truth. What do you do in that moment? Do you lie? Do you skirt around it? Do you not become accountable for what's being said? I mean, what you said or what you did. And for him to not just say, listen, I liked it. I'm on to Denver. That's the way you handle on the Denver. I know there were some leading questions saying, hey, did you hit it by accident? No. One thing I'll say about the Coach Pierce, he's pretty how can I put it? He's pretty social media savvy, if you will. They must teach um, you know, social media classes in the CPT. But with that being said, go ahead and just own it. It's some of the hardest things you do in life is just owning it, admitting it, and then hey, it's over. You know, people hate politicians for a lot of reasons, and one of the reasons is that is when they do something wrong, they don't say you don't come to the podium and say I didn't have relations with that woman. You come to the podium and say I made a mistake. People have people respect and move on from those moments better and easier than when you say we're on to Denver. You know who can say we're on to Denver or on to Cincinnati? The guy who won 9 Super Bowls or 8 Super Bowls, whatever how many Super Bowls Bill Belichick has, 25 Super Bowls, whatever. That's the guy who can say that. The guy who has the off the field, you know, money issues, have trouble in college, and but NCAA comes to the Raiders, you know, gets that team, to hire him as a head coach, with no experience like that. That's not the guy who can come in and say onto whatever city, on to Denver. The truth will set you free. You know, you were wrong to do that. It was petty. It was high schoolish. It's something that like one of your kids in high school would do. Like I mean, let's just be real. Like your daughters or your sons. You know, trying to troll or hate. I mean, like on an aggregated account, not even a real account. I mean, if Davante put that out there, I would have respected it more if Davante put that out there himself, and then you liked it. Okay, you putting that out there for you Davante putting that out there, then okay, I'll click on it, and we'll see if we can get you out of here. But at the end of the day, man, that's just like when you're asked that question, and like I said, when you're a father, your sons, daughters, when they're in that moment, you always tell them to own up to it. That was your moment of accountability. That was your moment of being a true man. And it was sad for me to see that you took that road to say we're on the Denver. You did the deed. You did the deed. So like let's just admit to it and then move on. Everybody will exhale. You'll exhale and everything will be fine. Bad job by Antonio Pierce. All right, see anybody right. Sorry, excuse me, wrong show. Put on Raiders podcast. here, and then we'll be out if there's any breaking news with the trade. Ryan and I will hop on and come in there, but we got the predictions in there for this week. Should be a really ugly game this week with the Broncos, so we'll see what happens there. And as always, folks, go Raiders. Peace.